Luging-lugi na tayo dito sa Axie Infinity. First, binaba nila ang daily quota from 150 naging 75. What if bumaba pa presyo ng SLP? Paano na? If you want to hear about my suggestions on the use case of SLP for the Axie Infinity Developers, this video might just be for you. Good day everyone. Today, we're going to discuss possible use case of SLP in order for it to thrive. So yesterday, we had an update for Season 18 saying that our daily SLP quotas would be reduced from 150 to 75. So that's a 50% decrease in the number of supply. So I was thinking, what more be done in order for SLP to improve? As of recording, SLP price is $0.2057 or around 10 pesos in our local currency in the Philippines. So it is a good improvement from previous days. But what more could be done for this to have a better outcome in the future? So in economics, we've learned that as supply increases, so quantity increase, the price should decrease. But if supply decreases, the demand should increase. So what happened here yesterday was that they decreased the supply of total SLP by 50%. So we should see that from the price of 17 cents, it should at least double also in order for it to meet its equilibrium point. But it would be better also if the price would exceed. So I think in our local currency, it was around 8 pesos. So it should go to around 16 pesos to meet its equilibrium point. I'll be talking in our local currencies since I'm Filipino and I live in the Philippines. But everything should remain constant. So I went over to Discord to give my suggestions on how SLP could be used so that it would have use case also. Because right now, there are 3 main use cases for SLP only. The first is for breeding Axies. As you may know, we use AXS token and SLP token to breed, but me as a manager, I do not breed, I just buy directly from the marketplace. So for me, this reduces the number of use cases that I use SLP for. The 2 other use cases for SLP coincide with each other, which is selling off the SLP directly for fiat. And the third is for traders trading on exchanges such as Binance. So if you look at it, there's no much use case for SLP, especially in the game. If we want SLP to increase in its value, there must be more use cases for it. There's an opportunity here for the game to use SLP to make it stand out and used more in the game. At the same time, we can burn more SLP. My idea here is to use SLP to buy Axies in the marketplace. So right now we are in marketplace. As you can see, each Axie has its corresponding WETH price together with its USD price. So what I'm suggesting to the developers is, aside from WETH, they should also use SLP price. So here, there should be 3 prices: WETH, SLP, and USD. All have the same conversion into USD. So my idea is that players can buy the Axies by means of using the SLP, but at the same time, the sellers that sell the Axies would be getting their money through WETH, so that the SLP used would be burned. So here's my idea. Can the team figure out if SLP is worth using to buy Axies also, so that managers would not need to send SLPs to exchanges and convert them directly to ETH then WETH just to buy more Axies? This would increase the use case and viability of the SLP token. Hope this is considered. and I placed hashtags. And I also tagged the feedback and suggestions channel. Then a person replied to me saying, use Uniswap to skip a step. You can also trade your SLP there to F. So me as a manager, what I do is whenever there's a payout, I take my SLP, I put it to Binance, then I buy straight to ETH, then return it to MetaMask, then to Ronin, then buy more Axies. So it's such an inconvenience. It would be easier for managers to have the option to buy Axies through SLP, so that first, they won't be paying any gas fees. Second, it would save up so much time doing all the steps. Third, less human intervention, less mistakes. We've learned in ergonomics that the more human intervention there is, the more possible errors that can happen. So next, I replied to Dioscuri. I said, got it, but I'm pointing out having more use case for SLP, so that its price does not stay stagnant. People only use SLP now to breed, trade, or sell. Not everyone breeds, so that it is one less use case to have. If people can directly use SLP to buy Axies, this would be a more incentive to hold SLP. Axies on marketplace should have two prices, one WETH and one SLP, both with the same converted USD price. Only difference here is that seller receives WETH while the SLP gets burned. So this is what I mentioned earlier when I was showing you the marketplace, using SLP also to change the skills of some Axies. Because the new update for Season 18 incentivizes people to play in the arena. But one thing that is wrong here is that those people that bought mixed skilled Axies, or which we popularly call it here in the Philippines as chop suey, they have less possibility or probability to win in the arena versus other pure breed Axies. So if I were a player and I bought 3 Axies on a budget, although I could play, I wouldn't be winning that much in arena. So this suggestion here would help those people. So this suggestion states, another suggestion that might be good to have for burning SLPs is to use SLPs to change a particular card in your Axies ever you want. The amount of SLPs that you spend gives you a better chance to get a better card, much fit for your Axies. So that player that starts with the chop suey team, so this is the mixed team that I was talking about, may get the chance to become better with their teams and may get to earn more in arena mode. So after I suggested this, Thrive Lord also agreed with me, saying that he also suggested this a month ago. So I thought of just reiterating his point. Miko said, this will kill the purpose of breeding, and I replied to him saying that if they spend more SLPs upgrading their skill versus the breeding cost, this would not kill breeding. Then Thrivelord also replied, it won't kill breeding as long as the card modification is still aligned with its genes. I previously suggested this to have body part replacement only 3 times with dependency to its family history. So his suggestion last month was to add a new feature, body part replacement. So his suggestion states that owners are allowed to replace body part of their Axies, which would be randomly based on their genes. They will be only allowed to replace them 3 parts and 3 times. So the first is 500 SLP, second 1000 SLP, the third try 15 SLP. This would add utilization for SLP independently. His use case states, first, owners would like to get better skills for their existing Axies. Second, breeders who would like to upscale their Axies to sell. Third, Axie traders who see underpriced Axies but with good genes and try their luck to upscale the skills / parts. It would allow to update or retain the old part. Body parts can be changed by the new owner, but when it goes back to the old owners who had already changed the parts, it will no longer allow it. Anyone who can post this so that there is use of SLP, which will somehow burn the supply. So shout out again to Hypnotic and Thrive Lord for helping me out in this video. I hope this gets to the Axie Infinity developers, since we are also players in this game and we have good ideas. Hopefully it may reach you, and we also want this game to thrive. Thanks for watching.